Nothing's gonna bother us. Not anymore. We have our son back. We are a family again.
Given that James Wan is such a collaborative director, was there anything that you wanted to bring to your character or the script that wasn't in the original story?
I just remember being very like, because it's so extreme what happens in this story in terms of Renee. So I was just like, where do I start? Because it's going to get even more hysterical. So it's like, you don't just want it to be a blur of like hysterical. So can you help me mark it a little bit?
Right.
And he was great. Totally did that.
Yeah, I think there were times I wanted to at least say, acknowledge, we know what happened. Let's not act like this is a surprise to anyone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So I remember saying specifically, and the scene was already sort of there, but we, at least they sort of worked on it to where it was, this is what happened, and like he just needs to just sort of lay down the law. So we threw that scene in there where we were in the bedroom. And that
kind of logic
helped.
stuff.
I heard voices in the hallway. Is there something wrong with Daddy, Mom?
James Wan, the director, is now venturing into action territory with Fast and the Furious 7. Are there any types of films that you'd like to pursue in the future that differ drastically from the work that you've done in the past?
I definitely would. I mean, James and I have always said we're not horror fans, we're film fans. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we love the horror genre, but we also love a lot of other genres equally as much. So we've always wanted to branch out, and that's been something James has been talking about a long time. I think fans of his are surprised that he's suddenly doing Fast and the Furious, but I'm not, knowing him for so long. I just wrote a horror comedy, which is really a comedy. I've written a sci-fi film, so I hope over the next few years I get to do a lot of different genres.
I just love story and character, and I love not playing the same. As much as I love playing Elise again, and I would be happy to do it if there's more, obviously, and would love to, but I love playing different people. I mean, part of my joy of acting is who's that and figuring out the detail. From the bottom of my soul, really, that's what I love to do, is investigate other people through myself.
Do you pay attention at all to audience anticipation and sort of what people expect from a film or what they want to see out of a film when you're dealing with a sequel?
Yeah, it's a careful line that we talk about on every Paranormal Activity and on Insidious and all the sequels that we do. You have to walk a very fine line between not having people walk out and say, well, I already saw that, you're repeating yourself, but also they can't walk out and say, why was that called Insidious 2? They should have called it something else. It has nothing to do with the first movie. So you're trying, and I like working in those parameters. I think it's cool to have parameters when you're telling stories, whether it's financial or even creatively. So I think it's fun. It's like a puzzle to say what's going to be a satisfying sequel. So it's going to pull enough from the first movie that people feel like it's a sequel, but not repeat itself. And I think that's a fun kind of box to work in.